What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training. And today we're going to be breaking down the best routes to use a rocker step move at the top of the route on, okay? So the first route we're going to be getting into here is going to be a 10-yard speed out. So that I want to make this very clear. This rocker step is that two-step break at the top of the route, right? Like, so if I was running this out route, instead of just breaking and I'm on the right side of the field, quarterback's to the inside, instead of just breaking off of my left foot, I'd be going right then left, setting up that double cut at the top of the route. We're going to be talking about when to best use it, how we could use it against press coverage and off coverage and zone coverage, and then just what we should be thinking with this rocker step. So first clip here is going to be this 10-yard out against press coverage. Work the restack, hit the rocker step at the top, sell the post to the inside, and then break it off. So that's what we're trying to sell. We're trying to sell an inside breaking move, the inside variation of this route. So a lot of people think like anytime that there's a speed cut involved is when you could use a rocker step, but I would never use a rocker step, and you wouldn't consider it a rocker step on a 3-step slant, a 5-yard out, an in route. Anything that's short, you would not use this on. You would want to use this on anything that's deeper, right? And so these 90-degree cuts at the top of the route where we got this speed out and then we have a dig, those are the routes you want to use, or an in route in some people's terminology, right? So when we can use this, like I said, against press coverage, against off-man coverage. So when it's press coverage, the only time you really want to use it is when you're able to restack. So what does a restack mean? A restack means that when you get some separation off the line, you dip that shoulder or you combat the hands, whatever it is, and you work to get back over the top of this guy. You work back to get over the top of the DB. So when he's trailing you, he's going to be watching your hips. And this rocker step is a great move to set up that inside breaking post route, in route, whatever it is, like we see this wide receiver do right here. So this out route when we restack is a great way to do this. So he throws the head fake to the inside, and then we're able to get this thing off. We got to make sure that we are selling post, selling in route, and that inside foot just serves to catch myself. How you don't get confused at the rocker step, think about it like this. You want to step in the direction that you were going first. You see how he steps with his right foot first? He's going in that direction first. Then he breaks off the left foot. He's selling with the inside. This foot is just out there to catch him, and then he's able to break this thing right off. So great route. So the first route we could use it in is a 10-yard out. Now we're going to be getting into how you would use it to get on a dig route against off-man coverage, okay? So now we got this off-man look here. Thayer Thomas is going to be running a 12-yard, 10 to 12-yard dig route, okay? But before we get into this breakdown, fellas, I want to talk to you about a great opportunity you guys can use to improve your route running and your entire game this offseason. Check out that very first link in the description below for our 8-week wide receiver on-field workout plan. So what you get access to is 8 weeks of wide receiver on-field workouts to improve your route running, your press releases, your hands, your balance, ankle stability, knee stability, ankle mobility, knee mobility. All those things are going to help you become a better player on the field. We break down every single drill with sets, repetitions, and we include an hour-and-a-half long video explaining each day of the plan, breaking down each drill, and explaining why it's important with a full speed example. So if you guys want some more information on that, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to get you on our 8-week wide receiver on-field workout schedule, 2 months of specific wide receiver field workouts. Let's get back to this video. So now, what I want to talk about on this dig route right here. So we have this DB who's inside shade, right? So now I could use a rocker step like I said. You could use it when it's either press man, you could use it when it's off man, you could use it when it's zone coverage. So this is kind of the situation you would use when it was zone coverage. Now, like I said, you only want to use it on like 10-yard outs, 10-yard ins, corners, posts. Those are the next two routes that we're going to be getting into. But with this route, this kind of builds off of the post and the in. When you have an inside shade guy and you have to run an inside breaking route, what do you sell? What are we trying to sell here? We are trying to sell an out route, right? So we were trying to make this DB thing, or a fade, right? Because we're trying to attack the outside shoulder, trying to get him to bail out of there with his hips to the fade, give him a move outside, or sell with your pad level so I could slip back underneath. So that's what Thomas does right here. So he goes to the outside, hits him with the rocker step, gets the DB to commit his hips, and he's able to slip under. See, a lot of people think that, oh, I just want to square this guy up. I just want to attack his leverage in this situation. But because it's an inside route and he's inside shade, if I just attack his leverage, he's going to keep his leverage, and then you're going to run the route right into him. Now, how would you do this rocker step if you had to run a 10-yard out? You would attack his leverage, he would widen, then you could use a rocker step at the top of the break and go run the speed out. But since he's inside shade, the goal is to get him to flip those hips and commit to the fade like Thomas does. He attacks the outside shoulder, hits him with the rocker step, again, selling with the upper half, catching himself with the outside foot, stepping first in the direction that you want to go. So a rocker step, this is how you would use it on a dig route against that off-man coverage. Let's play this thing again one more time. Then we're going to get into a corner and a post route. So great job there, hitting him with that 1-2, and then being able to accelerate right off. So now this route here is from Cooper Kupp. He's going to be using a rocker step at the top of the break right here. Now, main thing I want to talk about with this is that, yes, we want to, obviously, it is the exact same principle as an out route or as a dig route when you're going up against press. You got to work to restack. I'm not going to use this rocker step when it's against man coverage like this, press man coverage. If it's off man coverage, you can. But when I'm not restacked over the top of the DB, the only time I'm doing that is when I'm restacked, because the rocker step only works if you sell with the upper body. And when it's man and he's watching your hips, or if he's right hip to hip with you and he's got hands on you and you're not able to restack, that's not going to do anything. If let's say for example, Kupp takes off, let's play at full speed. So you see, he hits him with a wide step, is able to restack, hit that 1-2 at the top, and then get some separation. So like, let's say for example, like this receiver was stayed right here, or this DB stayed right here. He's running hip to hip with Kupp. So what's something he should do to run to the corner? We probably won't be able to get over the top of him if he's playing it well. So I'd have to throw him by. I got to have other tools in my arsenal other than the rocker step. But I want to use that rocker step if I'm able to restack. Okay, so now let's talk about this from another base perspective. If it were a post route, I would just do the exact same thing. I'd still work to restack, still work to get over the top, but what foot would you step with first? Instead of Cooper Kupp stepping with his left foot first right here, he would step with his right foot first. So he'd step with the right foot, sell with the left foot, and then break back out to the post. So it'd be the exact same thing. It'd be the exact same concept. These are just the routes that you want to make sure that we use that rocker step on. Now, again, if he was out of the slot, and let's say maybe he had like a too high safety zone look, that essentially will turn into off man, right? Zone, every form of zone will eventually turn into man coverage if the guy's talented, especially out of the slot and you get past a certain point. So let's say it's like a smash concept. Outside guys running a hitch route, inside guys running a corner route. You could use that rocker step at the top of that corner because this will eventually turn into off man with that safety. So you just got to make sure we know the situation when to use it. A lot of people know the footwork, fellas. A lot of people know how to do the moves, the mechanics behind it, but not when to use it. You got to make sure we know when to use each move. Let's watch it again, full speed one more time. Great job by Kupp working to restack, hitting that rocker step, and showcasing how you could use it on a corner route. So again, fellas, remember, we got 10-yard in or 10-yard out, 10 to 12-yard dig, post route, and corner route. Those are the 4 routes we like that rocker step. All right, fellas, if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. We always appreciate the feedback from you guys as usual. And again, fellas, if you'd like an 8-week wide receiver field workout schedule with all the on-field drills wide receivers need to be doing, check out that very first link in the description below. I'll see you guys next time.